Hi, this is Donna. Welcome to DD Paper Crafts, and in today's video we're going to be making this gift box. I've used ribbon to secure my box closed, and the idea is the lid opens like so. The mechanism will be sat on top of the gift. This mechanism comes forward and slots into the strap on the back of the lid, and this supports the lid so the box then becomes a display piece. You don't need to make the box the same size as me. This is merely a video to show you the concept that you can use on any size box you need. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm making a box which is 4 inches square, and I'm making it this size so I can use the width of A4 cardstock. We're going to start by making the side panels. I've got two pieces which are A4 width by 4.5 inches, and along the long side I'm going to score at 4 inches and 8 inches, and along the 4.5 inch side I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. In addition, I have a piece for the base which is 4 inches square, and to complete the base I have two side supports which are 3/4 of an inch by 3 7/8 of an inch, and I'm going to score along the short side at 1/2 inch. We're going to start by constructing the base, fold and burnish the score lines. We're going to start by working from left to right in the 1/2 inch glue tab. I'm going to cut a wedge from the left hand end, cut up the centre score line, cut a wedge from the tabs either side of the centre score line, move along to the last score line, cut up, cut a wedge into the end of the right hand tab, rotate, remove the square and cut a wedge from the ends of the side glue tabs. Do that on both pieces. I'm going to add glue to the side glue tab and join up my two side panels. Concentrate on the bottom score line because you can always trim the top. Add glue to the final side glue tab and join up the piece to create your cube. Tuck your bottom glue tabs in. I'm just going to add some glue underneath at the corners, just where the pieces overlap. I'm going to use my construction glue, add that to the tabs all the way around, and then add my base over the top and use the base as a guide to square up the box. Flip the box over and just go in and burnish down the tabs. So this is our box base. Take the two side supports, fold and burnish along the score line. Add glue to the 1/2 inch edge, and you're going to add those so that the score line of the support is level with the top of the box. And these are merely to create a support for the lid as it comes down, so the lid doesn't fall into the box. So repeat that for the other side, and obviously that's going to go opposite the support that you've already put in. Next you'll need a piece for your lid which measures 4.5 by 4, and along the 4.5 inch side score at 4. Burnish the score line and cut a wedge from the end of the 1/2 inch glue tab. That's going to sit in like so. Now remember that this is going to be the front of the box, so take care when gluing this down and lining this up because this will be seen from the front. I'm slotting it behind the side supports, and just take your time as I say to get that lined up. I'm going to decide now what angle I want the front lid to be sat at when it's sitting on its shelf. I'm going to use my ruler to help me position my flap. My strap is going to be sat at about 1.5 inches down from the top. So I've made a pencil mark. I'm going to place the end of the ruler on the 1.5 inch pencil mark. Put the box lid into the angle that I want it, and then measure the distance between the pencil mark and the front edge of the box. So that's 3 inches. So my strip of card for my mechanism is going to be 3 inches for the central. I'm going to allow 2 inches, which is going to come down through the strap, and then I'm going to allow 2 inches to be sat inside the box. So I'll have a piece which is 7 inches long and 2 inches wide. And along the 7-inch side, I'm going to score at 2 and at 5. Fold over one of the 2-inch sections, and I'm just going to make a notch at 1 inch across. This is just to help me so I can make sure I sit this centrally in the box when I secure it. Add glue to the bottom 2-inch flap, and I've just laid my ruler on the top so I can make sure I get the little notch mark measured up with halfway across the box. And you want the mechanism so that the score line is sitting in line with or just under the top edge of the box. But you need to make sure it's sitting squarely. I'm going to fold over the other end and I'm going to create the strap. My strap is 3 inches by 1 inch, and I'm going to score at 3/8 of an inch, rotate and score at 3/8 of an inch. I want the strap to be able to fit behind the mechanism snugly, but at the same time I don't want the mechanism to be moving around. I'm going to take my strap piece, sit it behind the final 2-inch section, add glue to my tabs of the strap, and obviously make sure you get the glue on the tabs and nowhere else. And then I'm going to lift up the mechanism and the strap and fold the lid towards the mechanism and the strap until the top of my strap is lined up with my 1.5-inch pencil mark. You should find the mechanism sits nicely in the strap and you have a nice display. Now bear in mind you're going to be adding weight to the front, the lid, with your ephemera, paper, etc. So you want to make sure this middle section here has got some strength to it. So I'm going to be adding DSP with my construction glue, which I know is obviously going to give it some strength. You may want to stick an extra layer of cardstock in that piece. You just want to make sure that if you're adding weight, that piece is not going to bow. So that's our box. So it's now just a case of finishing the decoration. Here's my finished decorated box, which you can see I've done in a snowflake theme. I've added DSP on all 4 sides and to the top. I've then added snowflakes to the top and the front. The box is tied with some ribbon which attaches to the lid and the back panel, and you can see the mechanism fits in the strap and it's got a really nice look from the front. I'm really happy with how this has come out, and I think you could be really imaginative with the decoration that goes on the top. A Christmas scene, for instance, with a flying Santa through the air would look wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And until next time, thanks for watching.